All right, so we're here with Hardin Valley coach Wes Jones, football coach, and gracious of him to give us a minute here at halftime, so thanks.
You're absolutely welcome.
All right, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but we got a few kids that are looking at some college decisions here, and you've actually said you'll let us cover some of that on Wednesday morning. Is that true?
Absolutely. We'd love for you to come out and give these kids some publicity. They've worked hard, and they deserve everything that they're getting. It's exciting right now. I mean, Tim committed to UTC the other day, but I'm not sure how that's going to play out because everybody's trying to pick, from the bigger schools coming in. Braden Cloyd's going to sign with Maryville College. We're going to probably have 6 or 7 guys sign at the April signing date to be able to go out and take more visits to some of the smaller schools that they're looking at. And we're going to have a lot of guys get an opportunity to play some football next year. So it's a good time. It's good for our kids to get out there and get the opportunity to play some college football.
That's certainly exciting, yeah. And, of course, it sends a ripple effect all the way down the landscape when a couple people change their mind late. So you never know. There could be some opportunities opening up for some kids that and maybe they're not quite there yet, but they may be looking at some offers on down the road from some of that.
Absolutely. I mean, recruiting's just it's a business. It changes every year, and you got to reinvent, everything that everybody's doing. So I'm going to be honest with you, it's hard keeping up with all the different trends that are going on with it, and I mean, tweeting and highlights and
tweeting.
Going to
Who's
camps.
Tweeting?
I tweet all the time, man. Who
tweeting?
doesn't tweet? I mean, you got to tweet. That's how you communicate these days. You reach people quicker. About every 7 seconds they look at their phones, I swear.
Yeah, perfect. Well, tell us about, as far as the team goes, what's the off-season regimen? What are the kids coming back looking at doing this off-season to get prepared for next season?
Well, we had a little bit of downtime after the season. Obviously, we went later than had in past years, so we basically took off in through Christmas break and got through our final exams. And then when we got back, we just went ahead and went into the beginning stages of training phase in our off-season, teaching some different lifts to a lot of the young guys because that's the majority of the people we have in there. We've got a lot of guys that are playing basketball through the freshman, JV, and varsity teams, and then we've got a ton of kids that are running track and field already. So we've got a lot of our young kids are in the weight room, which are the guys that really, really need it. So we're lifting about 3 days a week with them right now, getting ready to turn it over to 4 next month and just continue to keep trying to get our guys stronger for the future.
Great. And personnel-wise, it may be too early to tell, but what may look different next year based on the personnel? Or do we think it'll be pretty much the same type of offense, defense, or are there some areas where some things may be a little different?
Well, no, I mean, I think we'll base out of the same things we've been doing. We'll be in the shotgun with 2 backs and 3 wide. We'll see us in some 21 personnel on the offensive side of the ball, tight end, fullbacks and tailbacks, and then you'll see us spread it out. The biggest thing we're going to have to do next year is find us a quarterback. We're coming, we graduated Gavin and Braden, who were both seniors last year and had the majority of the experience. So we're looking at some young kids. We played a couple kids on the JV. We've had a kid move in to us from up in Upper East Tennessee. So the quarterback position will have some change to it. But, it's like I told Coach Cab there just a minute ago. Anytime you're breaking a new quarterback in, it's pretty easy when you got number 3, Aaron Dyke, standing right there beside you. You can hand it to him a whole bunch.
He's got 8 points tonight,
too.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, he's pretty good at everything he does here. We're trying to convince him to get out and run on the track for us, too. So, but that's going to make it easier. And, I mean, we lost some quality guys. Defense is going to be the area. Our secondary is pretty much intact coming back from last year. We're going to bring back Braylon up front, Braylon Pryor there on the front line. But we're going to have to find us some linebackers and some young guys who played a little bit in some spot play. But, you're going to see a lot of rebuilding on the defensive side of the ball. But, I mean, our offensive line's pretty much all coming back, minus a guy or two. But we had a lot of depth built in throughout the year. And I'll tell you something that helped us a lot last season. In our sophomore class, had 26 kids in there, and we lettered 20 of those guys based on special teams. Yeah. So that got those guys some valuable experience for Friday nights. But we still got a long way to go, and that's the beauty of high school football. You just take what you get from the ground up, and you just retool it and rebuild it every year. So that's what makes this game special.
Fun stuff. You know, you mentioned the tight end. We didn't run a whole lot of tight end stuff last year. When we did, we were pulling a really big guy. But every time Luke Defer passes me at these basketball games, I think, man, he's even bigger than the last time I saw him.
Well, you're exactly right. Luke's the third one of the Defer kids that have played football at Hardin Valley for us. Jack went up to ETSU. Joe had an opportunity to play at a couple places, tore his knee up his senior year. You know, and Luke's a great blend of all of them. I think he's going to be the biggest one of the kids and contribute. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see Luke step up in the box and play some linebacker next year, and then maybe even graduate into a little bit of tight end or a slot right there. He's definitely a fantastic athlete and just getting bigger every time I see him too.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for taking a minute for us, and look forward to seeing you Wednesday morning where we get a couple of signings.
Well, it's exciting. I appreciate you again and what you do for our school.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that's Hardin Valley coach Wes Jones.